Welcome to my end of year address. When we started the current school year, I imagined that my end of year address would be, as usual, in the wonderful surroundings of St George's Church, Edgbaston, facing a sea of red blazers and happy smiling faces. This year, we're holding our Year 6 Leaver ceremony outdoors on our sports field, with no parents or the rest of the school in attendance. But I'm glad to say there will be the usual list of prizes, including the prestigious Derry Bowl and All-Day Cup. And I'm sure there will be many smiling faces, but sadly, no shaking of hands. Every school year brings its challenges and rewards. It's fair to say that this year has been quite unprecedented in the history of Hallfield. We have all been affected by the global coronavirus pandemic. Hundreds of thousands of lives have been lost worldwide, and many more have been affected by illness. If we are fortunate enough to come through this appalling moment in history in good health, with our loved ones safe and well, then we have a great deal to be thankful for, and we should spare time and our thoughts or prayers to those who are grieving and lonely. The last 4 months have been life-changing for all of us, albeit perhaps temporary, but lockdown has been a time to reflect. We only truly appreciate the value of something when we lose it. Who would have thought a few months ago that the humble toilet roll or bag of flour would be the must-have purchase of 2020? Who would have realised that being able to wander around outdoors, visit our friends, be part of a football team, go swimming, visit a shopping centre, visit our families would have such an enormous effect on our everyday life? Who would have realised that when we last visited our relatives and family, it would be many months before we could see them again? Who would have thought how much we rely on human contact, the handshake, the hug, the kiss, the holding of hands, until we were told to keep 2 meters apart and social distance? We have much to reflect on and hold on to as lockdown in the UK is lifted and we all are encouraged to return to normal. I'm tremendously proud of Hallfield's response to the forced closure of schools to all pupils. During the uncertainty of the emerging situation, the response from pupils, parents and staff of Hallfield was one of calm resolve. We remained open as long as possible, sanitising our hands every day, collapsing classes and the timetable to take account of absent pupils and teachers, and keeping positive every day until we were forced to close. With no idea of the length of our forced closure, we rapidly put together physical home learning packs for every pupil in the school. Being so close to the QE hospital in Birmingham, we have many parents who are medics and work in other key professions. We have remained open throughout the last 4 months for children of key workers to provide care and continuity for these children and support for the families of Hallfield. I don't know of any other school, locally or nationally, that has looked after so many children each and every day throughout the crisis. The staff at Hallfield stepped up to this challenge and made sure that every day of the Easter holidays was covered. When it became clear that the lockdown would last many weeks, the teachers went into overdrive to learn new skills, Teams, Zooms, Seesaw, and nervously to record lessons. There was great trepidation. How would they look and sound? And what would the parents think of them at home? Would the children respond positively? It takes at least 3 times as long to prepare and record an online lesson as it does to teach one in front of actual pupils. The effort the teachers at Hallfield have made to make our online learning a success has been tremendous. And I know from the huge number of appreciative emails and comments, from the feedback on Seesaw, from the comments on Teams, and from the incredible pupil participation in the lessons, that we have succeeded in maintaining the high quality of Hallfield lessons online. I'd like to take this moment to say a very heartfelt thank you to our teachers for everything they have done to rise to this challenge. I'd also like to thank our hard-working support staff who have kept our school open and clean and operational in these very difficult times. And working behind the scenes, I'd like to thank the governors and trustees of Hallfield for helping me to steer our school through very uncertain times. And I'd like to thank the parents for your support, encouragement, and for being there at home for your children and helping them learn. I know most of you never set out to become teachers, but I hope this glimpse into our world has given you a new appreciation of the joys and the challenges of the craft of teaching. In the words of the headmaster of Hogwarts, Albus Dumbledore, happiness can be found even in the darkest of times, if only one remembers to turn the light on. As a school, we have been encouraging all of our pupils to reflect on their own experiences of lockdown, to record their memories for future generations of Hallfieldians, and to turn on the light. The joys of home baking, family quiz nights via Zoom, movie and popcorn nights with siblings, going for walks in our local park, and maybe truly hearing birdsong for the first time. The new skills learned using ICT, the lack of the daily commute, and perhaps an extra lie-in each morning. Becoming more independent and organised at learning and schoolwork, playing board games as a family, having more time to talk and to listen to each other, and rediscovering what it is to be a family. Society has changed too. We have seen a reduction in pollution, air quality improving, and wildlife returning to hitherto polluted rivers and seas. I suspect our travel plans will change over the next few years. Fewer commutes and working habits will change as there is a new appreciation for our National Health Service and the people who work in it. Perhaps too, our appreciation of other people has changed. The value we bring to society is not always reflected in the salary we earn. How many of us have depended on shop workers, lorry drivers, nurses, farm labourers, care home assistants and cleaners, to name but a few of the key workers over the past few months? We appreciate the value of schools too. They are much more than a place of learning. Schools are communities where children play and make friends and build resilience, take risks, interact, and learn what it is to be human with all its fragility. My hope for Hallfield School when we return in September is for a new sense of community and appreciation of each other. We have grown closer together in a time of being apart. Let us appreciate the role of the teacher and the importance of partnership with parents in giving our children the very best. Let us show each other more kindness and forgiveness of our mistakes and misunderstandings, perhaps send fewer spiky emails late at night. Let us enjoy being in each other's company and the sound of laughter. Let us show each other more patience when we need a space on the car park and we're rushing to get to work. Help us remember to appreciate our health and be glad that we are alive and can marvel at the ordinary and extraordinary of the world turning on its axes and other mundane days. In the words of James Lane Allen, crisis doesn't build character, it reveals it. Let us look at ourselves as we come through this crisis and question our character and how we can change to be better as a result. Let us not let this crisis go to waste. My warmest wishes to all of those leaving Hallfield at the end of this term. Take your experiences with you and remember your time here fondly. I'd like to take this opportunity to wish you all a very wonderful summer holiday. Stay safe and well, and I look forward to welcoming you back in September.